Hey, Forever Rose. Hey, Ayana. Hey, Sandmangs. Marcus Cool too. Royal MK Glam. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Periscope. Hey, Beekeepers. Yes. Thank you guys for joining. We are getting, hey, girl. We are getting ready to start this Periscope tonight. I thank you guys for joining. Oh, man. Are y'all ready? Hey, Bathsheba. How y'all doing? Thanks for the hearts. Keep it going. That lets me know that you guys are excited about these love scopes and the information that we're chatting up every week. This is our second one. Can you believe it? The second one. I'm really excited about it. And tonight we're talking communication, miscommunication. You know, ladies, the issues we have communicating with our men. For some reason, we're like, they just don't get it. We're talking about that tonight. Yes, invite followers. Thank you, Ayana. Hey, Classy Jazzy. Make sure you guys invite your followers, okay? Yeah. They want to be on this call. I want all my ladies on call. Hey, Haven of Light. Hey, Kimia, how you doing? Yes, invite your followers. Come on, go ahead. Hit it, hearts. I love it. We need the ladies on. Hey, boo, just call me Chrissy. How you doing, girl? Hey, Nana, how you doing? Oh, y'all are so beautiful. Hey. So, yes, we're going to be talking about this thing tonight, and we want the ladies on, because I want to hear from y'all. I want to know, what is the issue that we keep having with communicating with our brothers? It's like they just don't get it, girl. I just don't know. Oh, my gosh. It's so much miscommunication. Thank you, Nana Freeman. Yes, it's just, I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out tonight. I always have this conversation with my girlfriends. We're sitting there and we're talking about, he just wasn't hearing me or whatever the case may be. So we're going to find out tonight. Yes, heart it up. Yes. Come on, Chrissy. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Yes, we're going to find out tonight, what is the issue? Thanks, guys. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Kimberly Thomas. A lot of people call me Isis, but I'm Kimberly of IHearThatGirl.com. IHearThatGirl.com. And it is an empowerment lifestyle site for Black women. And it's all about positivity and uplifting and empowering and encouraging our sisters. And it's topics like this that we need to talk about. And so I try to provide as much awesome information for my sisters as possible. It's always a place on the internet where you can find a whole bunch of rumors and gossip stuff. But on my website, you'll find nothing but positive information about Black sisters. So you see a reflection of yourself that's always positive. Thank you, sweetie pie. That's always positive and that's always shown in a great light. It's so much going on that we're doing positively, and I want to be the place that provides that information for you. So definitely make sure you guys go and follow me on the internet, on the website, IHearThatGirl.com, and you can find me on all social media platforms at IHearThatGirl. But that's what the website is all about tonight. However, thank you for joining, and keep the hearts coming, guys. We got to let them know that it's information like this that our sisters are talking about, right? Okay, so, hey, my sissy. She's here, Crown Up Darling. I know so many positive ladies. I love it. Thank you, Chrissy. I love it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Really, I do. Before I get started, let me tell y'all about these brows, though. Let me get my brows, all in the Periscope. Let me tell y'all about my brows. Shouts out to my girl, Joy Mebane. I don't know if you guys know her or not. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you so much. I don't know if you guys know Joy Mebane. If you're in the Atlanta area, you definitely know about the look by Joy. Well, Joy hooked my brows up during the Bronner Brothers show this weekend. So I'm just like all in love with my brows right now because I have the thinnest brows ever. And she was still able to look at these brows, y'all. Like there's nothing on them. Like, I didn't have to draw them on this time. And I have the thinnest brows. And she did that, like, in 6 minutes. It was awesome. Yeah, her booth was killing at Bronner Brothers. But that's Joy McBain. Heart it up for Joy McBain. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I think she's on Periscope too. So if you have a chance, make sure you follow her at The Look by Joy. Okay, and then also, I want to tell you guys about this product here. This is called Nano Blur. I don't know if you guys have ever used this stuff, but it is freaking awesome. I didn't put any on tonight because I just wanted to see if it actually made a difference. They sent me this stuff, and I checked it out, and I was like, it says instant correction of the appearance of skin aging, including the look of fine lines, wrinkles, crow's feet, right? So I was like, well, I don't have any of that. So the other day when we were out, I was going to the Design Essentials 25th anniversary party. I said, okay, I want to get real cute. So I did my regular little makeup routine, and I put a little bit of this on, like patted it around my eyes and up here. Y'all, it makes you look like you got an Instagram filter on in real life. This stuff is crazy. I don't even know where you get it from. I lost all the information on it. I don't know. They're not paying for this scope, I promise you. But I just finally used it, and I was like, this stuff is crazy. So this is serious. Like, I don't even know if I could ever get it again. I'm going to Google it. But it's called Nano Blur. But it's cool. So if you guys want to use it, I mean, it looks like you walking around with an Instagram, a real life Instagram filter on your face. Okay. But I love this. I didn't use it tonight. But I just thought I'd tell you guys about that. Yes. All right. So once again, if you're just coming in, how do you spell it? Nano Blur. It is NanoBlur. Not sure if that's backwards there. But Nano Blur. Yeah. It's awesome. Awesome sauce. It's really good. Yes, Nano Blur. So Google it. I guess maybe we can find it on Amazon somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I should call them back, and you know what? I'm going to send them a copy of this Periscope, and I'm going to be like, hey, y'all owe me some money. How about next time? Yes, but it's definitely a great tool to have in your beauty bag, because it really, like, it makes you look like you have like HD skin, and that's what it says. It says HD ready, and I didn't believe it because I was like, nobody got no wrinkles, but it is the bomb. Okay, so if you're just now joining, thank you guys for tuning in to Miscommunication. This is the at I Hear That Girl Periscope tonight. This is our second one. It is on Amazon. How much is it, girl? Tell me about it, girl. Chrissy is keeping me in the know. I love her. She's my new assistant. Hey, girl. But yes. What was I saying? I didn't forgot that quick. 27.15. I need to add that to the cart. That's going to my A store. Ha ha! Shouts out to Scopra. That's going in my A store. So look for it tonight after this scope. This will be in the A store. You guys can pick it up. Nano Blur. Hey, thanks, Chrissy. But yes, my name is Kimberly from IHearThatGirl.com, and tonight we are doing our second Periscope. It's called Miscommunication. We're talking about the communication issues that we women have with our men, and we're going to talk about how to fix it. I don't know what the issue is as to why we fail to communicate with our brothers so bad. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, are they really hearing us? Don't you go back upstairs. You might as well just join me. What? My sissy is down here. Crown Up Darling is down here. Why is she going upstairs to Periscoping though? When she can be on the Periscope. So yeah, so we're going to talk about those issues. First off, I'm going to ask you guys to help me out here. What are some of the communication issues that you guys have when it comes? Men don't listen. Everybody says that they don't listen. What are some of the communication issues you guys find in different relationships that you've been in? Now, this works for if you are currently in a relationship. I know you're dealing with communication issues. If you're currently in a relationship, if you the last breakup was about communication issues, and also if you're thinking about getting into a new relationship, you want to know, okay, how can we not fail with these communication issues? I did a poll last week with some women who had been married, And these were all divorced women. And I asked them, what is the number one issue that you all had when it came to your relationship? I didn't say about communication, but you know what the number one issue was? It was communication. They felt like their spouses did not hear them, did not respect them. The communication barrier was so strong that it was the number one cause for the breakup in those relationships. So I said, wow, I've polled like 10 people and each one of them are saying the same thing. So it's really, really important for us to work on our communication, right? Are you guys here with me? Let's see some hearts or let's see some comments. I need to know you guys are here for this scope, okay? All right, so I have come up with a few notes as far as to what I have seen in my own personal life as far as communication and some of the things that I've learned. Thank you. Some of the things that I have learned as far as communicating with men, okay? The number one thing that I have learned, men are different. And that's okay, ladies. We have got to get to the point where we understand men communicate differently than we do. It's not that they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate like we do. But they definitely communicate, okay? That's the problem is that we want them to communicate. Hey, Tashiata, how you doing? But the problem is we want them to communicate like we do. They use the wrong hand to listen. You're right about that. And I'm going to talk about that. You're right. They do listen more to the physical. Okay? Let's just be real. They listen more to the physical. Because men are solution-based. They're very linear thinkers. They're like A to Z. It is what it is. They don't care about how you get there. They just, they're linear thinkers. They are solution-based. Your head hurt? Get some Advil. But ladies, we are emotional-based. We think in layers. Like, oh, I got a headache. Oh, girl, really? I know how that feels, girl. See, we're already empathizing. We empathize first, and then we say, did you take something? Oh, I hope you get better, and da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. Chrissy. So, yes, men are linear. They have the solution. They want to get things done. They want to get it fixed. It's over and it's done with, and that is it. That's as far as they're going with this thing. They're not thinking on those layers like women do. So, you have to understand men are different, and that's perfectly okay. We have to learn to accept that. We have to accept that truth. And I think for us ladies, come on now, it's all of us on here tonight. Let's be honest. She says all the time the solution to get off and go by their business, okay? About their business. You're right. That's what they do. And we find that so aggravating. We're like, you just don't care. It's not that they don't care. It's just that that's the way that they think. Accept their differences. You're right, Kimya. We have to learn to accept the fact that that's how they are. Like, I think we spend a lot of time disappointing ourselves because we're trying to get men to think like us. As long as you're wanting them to think like you will continuously be disappointed. Every time you want him to empathize, you're going to get disappointed because he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it, okay? Trust me, he just won't. So the biggest thing for you to do is to learn to accept him for who he is. Now, I say that over and over again. In our last week's topic, we talked about acceptance. Again, I'm telling you, it's so important, ladies, that you accept men for who they are. Was I a guy in my former life? You know what, girl, it is so funny. Let me tell you. My homeboys, I have three roommates. One of them you saw was Crown of Darling, and then I have two male roommates. And they call me a dude. Like, they always say I'm a dude. They're like, you always thinking like a guy. I'm not thinking like a guy. I'm a linear thinker too. But I do still have emotion. And that's how I know for a fact that men are not trying to be brutal. That's just the way they think. Because even with me thinking linearly, I still have that bit of emotion that they just can't get. The biggest lie we believe is that we can change men. Exactly, Kimia. Exactly. And that's how we get disappointed. You always will be disappointed as long as you expect someone to deliver things the way you do. I say that goes for any relationship. That can go with your mama, your cousins, your sisters, your best friends, whatever. As long as you expect people to think like you will be disappointed. You have to accept people for who they are and how they do things. And that way you'll never be disappointed. The only way they can disappoint you is if they stop being themselves. See, that's the problem. We don't let people be themselves. We want them to be who we want them to be. So expectations breed disappointment, definitely. So remember, men are different. They're linear thinkers. They're not layered thinkers like us ladies. Another thing, understand your own language. Like, ladies, we know that we are emotional, right? Do you not know that? How many of you know it? Raise your hand if you're sure. Come on. If you really know you're emotional and you think emotionally, let's see some hearts, or let's see something. Let's see some yeses. Let me see some yeses. Me, yes. Okay, thank you, Kimia. There we go. Nana Friedman, yes. Give me some more. Because y'all know that's what we are, emotional. We just do. I'll tell you guys, I was dating this guy. And like I said, most of the guys around me, they say I think like a dude. I'm really blunt. I'm just linear thinker. But I'm not going to front. I'm still a woman and I get emotional. So don't you dare, Kenya. Don't you dare. But yeah, I get emotional. So, okay, this was the situation. The guy called me. I was busy. I didn't have a chance to answer that call, right? So finally, I had some free time. I pick up the phone and I call him, and he did not answer the call. I'm going off because I'm like, the little bit of free time that I do have, you should know better. You should honor and respect that little bit of free time. And the fact that you didn't answer this doggone phone, this is the voicemail message I'm leaving. The fact you didn't answer this phone tells me that you don't give a doggone care and that you do not deserve my time. So I'm going to hang up this call. And you know what, sir? If you don't get me on the next go round, that's your fault because you missed the opportunity to talk to me. Yeah, I was going all the way off. Yes, all the way off on this phone call. So my homeboy, my roommate says, Isis, are you serious? Like, you gonna go off on him because he didn't answer the phone when you called? But when he calls you and you don't answer, you say he's supposed to understand. I'm like, yes, because it's the fact that I'm so busy that I didn't answer. So when I do have free time, I need him to answer. And if he doesn't answer, that means he doesn't appreciate my time. So I felt a violation of my time. That's how I felt. Emotional. That was just way too much. But it was true, and I have to accept that. Like, I accepted it. At the end of the day, I said, you know what? I was doing the most on that. And I laughed about it. And I still do laugh about it. But, women, what did he do? Well, he complained. He said basically what my roommate said, Alton said. He said, why is it when I tell you, you don't have time for me, you get upset, but when I miss a call, you want to jump down my throat. Then I told him he was a pansy. So, that's a whole nother story, I was like, how dare you sit up here complaining on the phone? You a pansy. You a man. But anyway, I digress. We're not going to go too deep into that, Kimia. You're making me look bad. I know I'm so mean to the men sometimes. I'm sorry. Oh, there's Asher. Hey, Asher. Don't take it personally, Asher. I'm really nice. We got a man online. Okay. We got a man on here. You're going to have to tell us about communication issues. Okay. So yeah, Asher, since you are here, let's ask you the question. What is one of the biggest issues you have as a man communicating with women? What is one of those issues that you run into when it comes to communicating with women? Y'all know he's going to tread lightly, right? Okay. We can't wait for this. All the ladies are waiting for your answer. Nana said, don't do it. Don't do it. Yes, step into the hot pan. You did when you came in the door. So please, leave one of those notes for us. We want to know, what is the communication? They don't understand your mindset. And could you please enlighten us? What is your mindset? We would like to know. Because, I have another roommate. He says that women don't like the nice guys. Okay, he says he's a romantic at heart. Okay, so do you feel like women don't accept the romantic? Asher, I would love to hear this. Because, I have some views on romanticism. They don't believe what? It's getting good. The ladies are listening. Y'all see the ladies? We need another guy here. Oh, they're looking for okay, I'm glad he brought that up. I am so glad you brought that up, Asher, because I'm actually working on a blog piece right now that says, do the good girls, what is it? I forgot. Do good girls come last? That's what it was. Do good girls come last? Because I had a friend who said that women like the thug guys, that they like the bad guy over the good guy. Now, I'll give you an example. There was this guy that I dated. He was really super nice, right? However, I just wasn't attracted. It just wasn't there. And because he was so nice, I did not want to hurt his feelings and continue a relationship with him that really wasn't there just because he was nice. You know what I'm saying? And so my comment was, he's a great guy, but just not the guy for me. And then you have the guys that they're assholes, okay? And they get on your nerves. But for some reason, when he comes by and he smiles, you just be like, I sure miss you, know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So what is that? I don't know. Ladies, help me out. I know it's not just me. Like, I am the most transparent person you will ever meet. I will tell my truth. And I'm sorry, but that is my truth sometimes. Now, the romantic guys, I don't have a problem with romanticism. I really don't. I like a guy that's romantic. My father is extremely sensitive. He's always, well, not extremely sensitive, but he's very romantic with my mom. Coming up, my dad would buy her roses and do this and that. And, he did the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? Every time my mom got ready to go shopping or go out the door, even though she had her own money, my dad would be like, oh no, here's the money that you need to go shopping. You don't spend your money. Your money is, for you can hide it away. You can do whatever you want with it. But at the end of the day, I'm the husband. I take care of you, whatever. My dad did the whole 9 yards. Buy my mom whatever he wants. I used to like the thugs until I got a taste of the good guy. You got married to her. All right, Sharita. We need to talk to you. I'm divorced. But I'm trying to do it again. But we need to talk. You can stay on, girl. Stay on here. We gonna tap you for advice, okay? So I know I'm crazy, y'all. But seriously, like, I am being transparent about it because thugs are for a season, good guys are for a lifetime. I believe that. Amen to that. I want me a good guy. I want a great guy that I can call a king. I really, really do. Okay, he said sometimes they say that, but they don't mean it because they want a saved guy, but in their heart, come on, finish the rest, Asher. These are comments that I've heard before. My roommate says this, like he says, it's like, y'all ladies say y'all want this great guy, but when he's great, he's too soft for y'all. When he's an asshole, he's the greatest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be kind of, we have to be honest about it and say, like, what is it that we want from those bad guys that makes us turn down those great guys? I'll be honest, I haven't really had too many great romantic sweet guys. And sometimes I've even asked myself, like, is it because I'm kind of rough on the outside? I don't know, but I don't think I've really had that many sweet romantic guys. I've had, they kind of thuggish with me. I guess I'm a little bit of a thug. I don't know. But yeah, my dad was always really, really sweet to my mom and he did great things. Like he, bought her flowers. But this is something that, take note, ladies. Take note, okay? This is something I realized about 2 years ago. My mom, I remember growing up, this is the importance of looking back at your life and looking at your life's experiences. Because when I was writing my book, I hear that, girl, life advice for every sister, shameless plug. But when I was writing my book, though, I actually was going through the process of looking back at my life and my life's experiences, right? And I do remember how sweet and awesome my dad was to my mom. But I also, in that, I had to look at it, not with rose-colored glasses on, but I had to look at it straight up and down. And I remember when my dad used to bring my mom flowers, that my mom would say, what do you bring that for? Waste of money. What do you do that for? Like, I remember that. Now, at the time when I was a little girl, I thought she was the meanest person in the world, right? So I didn't know but her reaction affected me some 20-something years later because I don't even like flowers. And I asked myself that question at the age of 35. I said, why is it that I don't like flowers? Like, has there ever been a real reason that I don't like flowers? I don't like flowers because my mom would turn her nose up at the flowers. Now, you guys are probably thinking your mom is just cruel. Why would she do that? But, I come to find out as an adult, a lot of the times when daddy was bringing those flowers home, he had did something he had no business doing. I was waiting for you at the door. Okay? So, I understand why mommy did what she did. I can get it. I can get why she would turn her nose up. I'm glad I'm a balance between sweet and tough at the same time. Okay. So you a little sweet bug. All right. We gonna find out. But yeah, I understand now why my mom might have turned her nose up at those flowers or the chocolates or, all of the gestures my dad was doing sometimes because he was doing it because he had just messed up. He had did something he had no business doing or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But those things from your past that actually affect you in your today. So now that I am aware and I acknowledge why I don't like flowers or why I may sometimes turn my nose up when a guy does a sweet gesture, I now know I have the control over it. Knowing it and accepting that part of my life, I now have control over that. So when, a guy is sweet and nice to me, I can say, you know what, I really appreciate that. That means something. So while I'm not a big fan of flowers, I don't think I have a green thumb or anything like that. If you bring me flowers, I think now I see it as the gesture of chivalry. And I love it. So it's not that I love the flowers. I love that gesture. So now the gesture means even more than just the flowers. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all feel where I'm coming from? I saw some hearts, but if you get me, okay, cool. Hey, Chocolate Whisper. It could depend on the love language, affirmation and acts of service, whatever 5 languages. Okay, we've all heard about the love languages, and that's what we're talking about right now. It's like understand your own language. Women, you have to understand we're emotional. We think in layers. I like to call us the ISed thinkers. We are organized thinkers, prioritized thinkers. I think it, we are very like that. Like, so when someone's talking to us, we are prioritizing in our heads. Like, we're multitasking. We're like, is this information even really crucial? Okay, not. Okay, so I'm going to cut off a little bit of my hearing and focus on something else. Like, that's how deep women think. Like, we're thinking on a whole bunch of stuff. So if your husband comes in and he's telling you about how bad his job is and he can't stand his job, he don't know how much longer he can put up with his job. You know what we're thinking? We're thinking, well, we got bills to pay. So if something does go down and he have to leave, what are we going to do? Like, we've already zoned him out. And that's our time where we should be paying attention to him because he's actually expressing himself and saying, this is a big burden. I don't like where I am right now. The things that are happening on my job, blah, 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 blah. That's what we hear is blah, blah, blah. We're thinking, well, okay, are we going to be financially good if he decides to leave? Is, this going to be taken care of? We have this event coming up and our vacation is already booked and planned. Women are thinking like that while their husbands are talking to them or your boyfriend or your, whoever. That's the way we think. So we have to kind of reel that thing in when you understand you're doing it, because now when you're paying attention and listening to your mate, you can actually recognize, you know what, I've zoned out from him. Let me come back. Let me come back. You know, we need security. Women are about security. I talked to a friend, and he said, women are so independent, da 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 da. Let me tell you something. Fellas, don't get it twisted about the independent woman, okay? Yes, we have the ability to go make our own money. We do. But we would like it much better if you could secure that for us, okay? Ain't no sisters around here trying to just be, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all confuse independence as to thinking that we don't still want our men. It has nothing to do with that. We love our men. We want a king. We want our king. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know I do. And if you do, you need to say something. But, you know, like, we want our men. We want our men to be that security blanket. We want our men to it's a great feeling when you know you got somebody that will catch you. You know what I'm saying? So, right. God is, okay, we always lean on God. You got to do that. But it's a great feeling when you have, you know, someone that has your back. And that goes both ways. You know, men, you need someone that is going to be there for you and have your back. I was just finna ask for you, Miss Sharita. So when he gets in a bind, we can help. Exactly. We're the helpmate. We're the emotional security. We're there for you. We can work that thing out for you. You said, what? You had to leave the job today? We got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I can work with these finances, and we gonna make the thing happen. Like, seriously, like, my mom and dad have been married for 44 years. And my dad had he has a 9th grade education. Okay, my mom got married at the age of 21. She had 4 kids with my father, and they have been a seamless team. Okay, seamless team. My dad has always been old school. He's like, you know, you don't have to work. I got this. I got the bread and butter. My dad went to work. Like, he went hard in the paint, did what he had to do to take care of those 4 mouths at the house plus his wife. And my dad, he actually got his GED, and then he went on to become this computer engineer, making great money. My dad is in retirement right now. He's living a great life. They're both living an awesome life, and I'm so, so happy for them. But it would have never happened had they not been that team, and he had her to lean on, and she knew that her house was secure. Like, my mom knew whatever decisions were being made during the day, because my dad let her basically be the CEO, okay? So he knew, look, I can trust this woman to make those decisions, and she knew he's going to bring home the bacon. Those lights are not going out. I tell people this all the time. The house that my parents live in right now, I have been in that house since the day I was born, and we never had our lights turn off. We have the same phone number that we had when I was in kindergarten. I remember, you know how you get on stage and you have to say your address. The address is the same, phone number is the same, phone has never been cut off. We never had to worry about those things. You know why? Because that team was working. They were communicating. They knew, my dad knew my mom had his back, and my mom knew my dad was holding that house down. That is what great communication does. And that is, I know, what all of us ladies on this call right now are looking for. I know that all of us are looking for those kind of relationship goals. I know I am. Okay? I want that teamwork. I want my king. I want to be the queen. You be the king. Let's do this. Let's hold this house down. Let's build an empire. Okay? So, all right. So that's one of the communication skills. You know, recognizing the way we think. An author, you know, calls it the spider web of thinking, while some guys are one track. Yes, men are very linear thinkers, and that's okay. You know, we have to get to the point where we understand that. That was point number 1. Yes, and women are, we are very organized and prioritized. Let's celebrate that, ladies. That's another problem, is that men, you guys, sometimes you want us to think like you guys. You want us to make things simple. Well, If your woman was thinking so simple, a lot of things wouldn't be working around your house. I'm sorry. A woman is so organized and prioritized. She is ready for anything that may come her way. She's ready. Okay? So you can't get mad at the way that we've been made and created to think. That's just how we think. We think in layers. We are we prioritize, you know? Now, here's the third point. You have to want to listen. You have got to want to listen. This is like big. Okay? Do you really want to listen to what this person is saying? Do you want to listen to what I'm saying? Like, I always tell my friends, I watch TV a lot. I can watch a National Geographic show. I remember shows from when I was like 5 or 6 years old watching National Geographic and Mutual of Omaha with my father. He loves animals, and so do I. So when people ask about animals, I can go to the zoo and I can spout off things about the animals, right? You know why? Because I wanted to hear that information. If you like something and you want to hear the information, you will retain the information. So you have to be ready and willing to listen to the information that is coming in when somebody is talking to you. Do you want to hear what they're saying? You have to want to listen. Otherwise, when they get to talking, you're going to be preoccupied with your own selfish thoughts. You're going to be preoccupied with your own concerns. I'm sorry. And you're going to be preoccupied with wanting to be right. That happens a lot in arguments. You don't hear what the other person is saying because you're so concerned with getting your rebuttal right. Like you're so concerned with having the last laugh. Or you're so concerned with ending this conversation and you being right. So you're not paying attention to what the person may be saying. Y'all get into an argument. You don't even know why he mad. Or what his feelings are in it. So a lot of times men leave an argument never being heard because the women are not listening to the men. Why is that, ladies? Why do we do that? Because we're preoccupied with our own thoughts. Are you guys still here with me? All right, guys. Let's make sure you're still here. Now, Miss Charlita, what have been some of your, and how long have you been married for one? And what are some of your biggest communication issues that you've ever had? Would love to hear those. Here's another point. This is good. Guys have already assumed that we're assuming. They kind of know that we assume things. So they already assume that we're assuming. I know this is not a good way to win. It actually backfires on men when they do that. Because they assume we're assuming something. And sometimes we're not assuming anything. And so it causes an argument. Like, he'll say something because he assumed that you would assume something else. And then you're like, but I wasn't even going there. Yes, I know you was. Yeah, you would. No. Asher, am I right? Okay, Asher says I'm right. So you guys see that, right? That men have already assumed that that we're assuming. We're storing the information for later. We are not storing the information for later. Seriously, we're not assuming things. Not all the time. Now, women do assume. We do assume. I'm not going in front. We do assume sometimes. But not all the time. It's not always an assumption on something, okay? So, you have to understand they already assume that we're assuming. So, you have to be ready for that. It's a lot going on. My roommate just opened that door and a bug came in, and I don't play bugs. All right. And then here's the final one, guys. Don't expect him to be you. See, it's a bug in here. I don't like it. Hopefully he'll go away. Okay. So, don't expect him to be you. Do you want to be on my Periscope? Really? Okay, this is not good. Ronald! You gotta come get him. He's on my Periscope. Living with guys. These are the things you run into when you live with guys. You have bug killers all the time. They're bug killers. All right. But yeah, don't expect your man to be you. He's not going to be you, okay? He's not going to think like you. He thinks like men think, okay? And this is the importance of knowing your man. Know your man. Know the way he thinks. Know the way he would treat you. Know the way that he would react to you. It's very important to pay attention to those things, because then when arguments arise, you won't take everything so personally. You won't be like, I can't believe you said that to me. Because you know he wouldn't want to hurt your feelings. You know he wouldn't do that. So if he says something and it doesn't sound right, most of the time, men are trying to find the best way to say it without making you more upset. So he's not trying to hurt your feelings. You have to know your man. And that is not a cookie cutter thing. You can't just be like, all men think this way, so he's thinking that way. No, you have to know your man individually. You got to know, your man is showing you who he is every day. When you're hanging out with him, you pick up on certain things that he likes, certain things that he dislikes. Once you know those things, then you have a better view or a better understanding of how your man operates, how he thinks, the emotions. That men are not outwardly emotional. So they're showing their emotions, but they don't do it outwardly like women do. So if you really understand your man, then when you guys get into a heated argument or whatever the case may be, whatever the statement was, you'll know his intentions. You'll know his intentions. It's really important to do that, okay? So that is most of the tips for miscommunication, And if you guys want, let me do a quick recap, you guys. All right, so the first one was men are different. And that's okay. Men are different, and that's okay. Make sure you guys write that down. Number 2, understand your own language. You got to know how women act. Like, you got to know your own way. Like, I know I don't like flowers. Yours may be something else. But know your own language, accept it, acknowledge it, and then be able to handle it when it comes to other people. Number 3, you have to want to listen. Want to listen. Like, want to retain the information. Number 4, he's already assumed. You're assuming. So get ready for that. Just get prepared. Number 5, don't expect him to be you. Know your partner. Know your mate. Know what his or her emotion would be. Okay, so did you guys like that? Did you guys like the communication issues? Do you guys agree with that? Was I hitting it? Let me know. Let me see some hearts. Let's see some comments here, because you guys have been quiet for a second. So I'm like, are you guys still there? But I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed that. That is our second one. Thank you. Yes, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I love the colors. I got green. I've got peach. Those are great. Let's see some more colors. So yes, I want to keep these going. I really want to continue to do these Periscopes weekly with you guys and share with you guys. Once again, my name is Kimberly from IHearThatGirl.com. It is an empowerment lifestyle site for Black women. And I encourage you guys to go check out the site. This is also the book, I Hear That Girl, Life Advice for Every Sister. This is where a lot of the topics are based out of. This book is available on Amazon. You can go to the website right now and pick it up. It's only $13 in the Amazon store. So I really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. And let's continue to have this girl talk and have this conversation so that, ladies, we can become better. My biggest thing is always to accept the good and the bad of who you are. Like, without acknowledging who you are and all the experiences of your life, you'll never really get a firm grasp on how to control your life. You're never going to have the power over your life until you accept all those things. And I'm a big, big stickler for accepting people for who they are, the good and the bad, because everything has attributed to who you are today. So I really want you guys to grasp an understanding of who you are. And that starts with, ladies, understanding how we communicate and understanding that we do have communication issues because we want our men to think like like us. They will not think like us. They will think like men. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. We have to celebrate that. So I thank you guys for tuning in to this week's Periscope conversation. Thanks for the hearts. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. Yeah. I love them. And I will see you guys next time on our Periscope. Don't know what the topic's going to be yet. So if you want to email me a topic idea, you can definitely do that. My email is ISIS at IHearThatGirl.com. You can shoot me an email and we'll go over those and decide what our next week topic will be. I appreciate all of you guys, and I will be following you all back. Thank you so much for joining the Periscope, and I will see you guys next time. Night, and have a great evening.